Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review, straight out of the theater, more of a geek out, because, you know, I love it. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Before we get into it, I want to make it clear, this is the all the spoilers video. We are going to spoil everything about this movie. Lots and lots of spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, we have a non-spoiler video, and the link is in the description below, or something's popping up, or just turn this the fuck off and come back and watch it when you're ready, because...
This will also be the crying video.
Yes, the non-spoiler has some crying, but this one's gonna get ugly. But yeah, so that's your warning. Spoilers, 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 spoilers.
Crying.
Okay, that should be enough. I think everybody's gone. I want to jump to the last 5 minutes, but I'm gonna try and build to that.
Okay.
So let's go in the front. Okay, here's my one complaint about the movie, and it was something the one thing I didn't get. I said I got everything I wanted out of this movie.
They already told you weren't going to get a crawl.
No, we knew we wouldn't get a crawl. I don't have a problem with that, which was unusual, but it works. Well, actually, I guess I should say, obviously, I fucking loved it. I'm having pure geekgasm. In case you didn't see the no spoiler, was distracted. She thought it was okay.
It was okay, but I was distracted by a costuming thing, and which was explained in the non-spoilers.
Yeah,
and
I think
the second thing was
it's a war movie.
I'm not terribly into war movies.
And it is definitely a war movie, and it plays as a war movie in the Star Wars universe, which I love. Because again, I'm somebody that read a lot of expanded universe books. I still read the books, and this is what I've always wanted. It's a non-saga film. It's like they took it's not based on any books, but it's like as if they took one of the great books and made it into a movie, and you know, with like the real actors and the real characters.
Although I should say I can usually do better with a war movie when it's dressed up in sci-fi.
Which it was, but also too, she's more Trek than Wars. She likes both, but you know,
I'm equally Trek and Wars, but okay. I'm just not super nerdy about either of them.
That's true. She's not me.
I just happen to hang around a lot of people who are, so I know a shitload of stuff.
But okay, so that on the table. Music's great, cinematography's great, visual effects fantastic. Well, there's one or two almost perfect things we'll talk about. We'll get to it. Troopers, designs. Everything's fucking great. Michael Giacchino, if I'm saying it right, did fantastic with the music. Can't wait to get the score. Okay, so the thing I was going to tell you is the one thing I wanted, because I said I got everything I wanted, and I was wrong. There's one thing I wanted I didn't get. The beginning. No, well, the beginning is a flashback, and apparently it takes place 4 years after Revenge of the Sith. Well, not as a flashback, but it's 4 years. And I really thought, just in the background, I wanted to see like Phase 3 clone troopers. Like I just to tie it a little bit more into the prequel trilogy, I just wanted to see some clone trooper armor. We only saw the Death Troopers in that whole sequence. So that's like the only thing that was missing in this movie for me.
Actually, I have one random question.
Yeah.
You said you heard there was a Rebels tie-in?
There was a couple of Rebels tie-ins. It's not as big.
I missed them since I don't watch the show. So.
Right. It's not as big as I thought it was. One is the blind guy's weapon.
The bow.
Yeah, it's not really a bowcaster. I forget what it is. I literally watched this episode last night. It's late in season 2. Zeb, it's his weapon. It's the weapon of his people. And I can't remember what it's called or anything, but that's definitely what that thing is. And that was cool. The other thing is at the end. Oh my God, the space paddle. The Hammerhead ship. That is straight out of Rebels. I'm pretty sure. I need to go. I need to confirm that. But anyway, so the opening was great. Building the team and everything was really cool. The whole Jedi stuff, how people talk about Jedis and they know about it, but it's still kind of ancient religion, you know. Fucking, and I may get the name slightly wrong, but Dr. Evans or whatever, and Ponda fucking Baba, and Cassian bumps into him. And he's like, sorry, I spittled. And
they're
like,
the guy that has a butt for a face?
Yeah, because you remember in A New Hope, the guys in the cantina,
yes.
when Luke is like, my friend doesn't like you, I don't like you either. And then Obi-Wan cuts off Ponda Baba's arm and kills those dudes. That was those dudes. That was those fucking dudes. It's like,
the guy with the butt face looked familiar.
I knew it before even Ponda Baba stepped up. I was like, that's gotta be that guy. And then Ponda Baba steps up. I'm like, holy shit. so already I'm geeking the fuck out. Saw Gerrera tying into the Clone Wars and maybe in Rebels. I don't know that he showed up in Rebels. I'm not caught up on Rebels, so maybe. That was awesome.
Saw Gerrera was this short of being oh god, that guy from Mad Max.
The bad guy?
And Morton Joe.
Joe. Joe, yeah.
He's just shy of
Yeah, a little bit, but oh my god. But all that stuff was cool. Seeing the weapons test of the Death Star and, just trying to blow up just the city of Jeddah, although blowing up half the fucking planet instead. Whew, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Although I don't think the Death Star was ever meant for surgical strikes.
Right, that's true, but Tarkin, fucking Governor Tarkin, and he's in this a lot. And a lot of the shots really work. Some of the shots, the CG's not quite there. It hasn't quite hit the uncanny valley. Like the mouth is a little rubbery or something, but it is damn close. And it's fucking awesome to see Tarkin and seeing him in a power struggle with Krennic and like, he's gonna take over the Death Star and all this shit. And Krennic's like, what the fuck? This was my project,
Yeah.
And all the talking about the Emperor and the Senate and there's all in Monmouth and Yavin 4 and they go to fucking Yavin. Yavin looks so fucking awesome. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool.
Looks like the Aztec Mayan ruins, more or less.
But that's what it was like all based on. I think did they even shoot? That might have been where they shot in the original. No, they didn't go out of the studio in the original movie. But I mean, that's basically what all that stuff was based on. But yeah, god damn it. And going on the Death Star, seeing the Death Star fire and like the Death Star gunners, the TIE fighters, man.
Breathe.
The space battle in this fucking movie is the greatest fucking space battle in all of Star Wars. All of Star Wars. Even the opening to Revenge of the Sith, fuck that shit. This was the greatest fucking space battle in all of fucking Star Wars.
The tactic of using a small but heavy ship to...
They did, okay, so they disable one of the Star Destroyers in the Hammerhead. Sorry, I just...
Keep going, just keep going.
No.
Never mind me, I'll just sit over here and let you do your thing.
You were just missing parts of it, but no, do it. Good, fuck.
I was just gonna say that's one of my best tactics I've ever seen in a movie. Is you have all these large ships in a fairly small space because they don't expect to go anywhere. So you get this smaller, heavy-duty hammerhead ship just kind of wedges itself in the wind and just goes, we're gonna just shove you right over into your partner over here. That was fantastic.
It takes down the shield and everything. That was so fucking cool.
Actually, that felt plausible.
Right? Yeah, because like I said, they had disabled the one ship, so it's not firing at them and all that stuff. That was so cool. And seeing like the Mon Cal ship and like the whole Rebel fleet fucking showing up, and like Blue Squadron and Gold Squadron and Red Squadron, Red Leader standing by. I think they took footage from A New Hope of the actual guy. I'm gonna go home and watch A New Hope.
It kind of looked that way to me.
Yeah, but not in a way where like you're like, oh, that's footage from A New Hope. It's just like you think like that's so convincing. They had to have taken footage from New Hope.
No, I stood there going like, they just used
maybe one or two shots and then like changed out what's out the window.
Yeah.
But they've weaved and wobbled some stuff in there, and it's fucking awesome. And not only that, but Rogue Squadron. We see why Luke becomes Red Squadron. We see why Luke is Red 5. Because Red 5 gets fucking decimated in this, so it's like, oh, we're going to need a new Red 5 in a little bit here. Oh my god, that was so cool, though. That was so fucking cool. No Porkins, though. And I heard other people talking about that in the theater, and we're all bummed. It's like, what the fuck? We want Porkins.
He was sick that day.
Yeah, maybe. Or Biggs Darklighter could have been in there. They didn't do that, but, can't have everything. But oh my god, the space battle is so fucking incredible. And the land battle, man, the battle on Scarif, oh my god. All the troopers and just the way things are working around and the way that the rebel, I mean, that's when it's like a real war movie, and the way the rebels are like, planting bombs and our blind dude is just taking down fucking stormtroopers and doing his chant and his prayer, It
reminds me of, there's a set of Japanese movies with it's set in like feudal era Japan, and there's a blind swardsman. And that's who he reminds me of a lot. I
wouldn't be surprised if they were influenced by that, since the originals.
The name of the guy either starts with a Z or a Y.
Well, yeah, but the originals were influenced by the. Fuck, now I can't think about it. Anyways, there's so much more to talk about, and it's late. Let's talk about it. Yeah, Seven Samurai. But yeah, so that whole battle was fucking awesome. Jin is a fucking awesome character. I liked her arc a whole lot. I liked that, she was just keeping her head down, then it got personal because of her dad. And I love that they fucking explain the exhaust port on the Death Star And that's what her dad was doing the whole time. He bought the rebels time, made the Empire think he was doing their bidding, but he was building them a fuse to destroy the weapon. I mean, that's what he was doing, and he had to be so subtle. So, I mean, the idea that was specifically there now just changes so much about everything that I can't wait to, like, watch the other movies with a new perspective about that. That is going to be so awesome. Oh, and seeing him transmit the death and all the tech is like, it's so vintagey, it's so cool. Oh,
I'm sitting here going like, how did they get so advanced and their tech is so retro?
Empire, it's all, that's the whole thing. The original thing, you know, it was like free market, so people were designing and going for beauty and all that kind of stuff. When you go to war, everything becomes industrialized and mass produced and gets bulky and don't care about what it looks like.
Well, it's not so much how it looks like, it's like, there's got to be more efficient ways of doing these things.
You know, God damn it, you're so fucking nitpicking this thing.
I can't help it. The inner scientist won't show up sometimes.
It's Star Wars. It's not science fiction. It is science. It's space fantasy. People, if you're going here for science fiction, stop. Star Wars is not science fiction. It is space fantasy. It is like Lord of the Rings with spaceships, okay? God. Like, don't fucking analyze the science, because the science doesn't exist. It's not supposed to.
Midichlorians, anyone?
Well, exactly. That's what happens when you try to put fucking science into it. All right, let's start getting into the nitty gritty here. Fuck, dude. Okay, so yeah, everybody dies. Everybody fucking dies. That was a little surprising. I thought at least somebody would make it out. I thought Jen or somebody.
I thought that too until they say, you know what? We're going to have to broadcast these plants. I was like, okay, TPK coming.
Yeah, you explain it.
TPK is total party kill.
Yeah. So, and yeah, that happened, but it's really beautiful, the way it goes down at the end and everything. You know, with Cass. Oh my God, I cried when K2 dies. That got me, because he was like, he's the heart of the movie. Everybody's just freaking out, you know, like, he got all the fucking laughs, dude. All the fucking laughs for K2SO.
Actually, that one didn't really affect me much, and I was
well,
like,
yeah, it's you though. I mean,
well, yeah, but I got a little misty when
yeah, I still can't pronounce it.
The blind guy.
Yeah.
When he died, I was like, I got a little misty, and
yeah, it got me too.
That was about it.
And Bodick, the defective pilot.
Bodie.
Fuck, they all got me. I cried at all their deaths, but K2 probably the hardest. Fucking 3PO and R2. 3PO and R2, I didn't know. I had no idea. I should have expected it. But they were there at Yavin, and it's just a brief little thing, so they're still in every fucking Star Wars movie, and that is awesome. And I literally found the Black Series, A New Hope 3PO today with the silver leg, so I'm so gonna go home and open that.
I couldn't tell if his leg was silver or
I know,
not.
you couldn't see it in the shot, but because of where this movie ends, his leg is fucking silver. And we'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay, you want to talk about your favorite scene?
No, because that's the last 5 minutes, and that's the last thing I'm going to talk about in here.
Okay.
But we're almost to it. Bail Organa. Oh, Jimmy Smits' Bail Organa, and it was so good. And like he's talking about, he'll get the plans where they need to go, and he trusts her with his life, and I'm like, oh my God.
Did they have to age him up for that?
They might have a little bit.
It hasn't been that long since the last.
Well, it hasn't been that long since A New Hope, so I'm sure since Revenge of the Sith. So I know they've aged him up some. Okay. But he even makes an Obi-Wan reference about his time to get in touch with his Jedi friend that served him well in the Clone Wars. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my God. And I'm reliving it. I'm sorry, the scenes are playing back in my head now.
Can we talk about the first scene where we see Vader?
Yeah, let's talk the first Vader scene. Now, did they had title cards for all the planets, which is kind of cool. Did they put a title card there? Because I kept thinking I didn't see one.
I think they were on a ship.
No. There's a lava planet.
Oh, it was the lava.
And I'm positive it's Mustafar.
Is that the one where he got all jacked up to begin with?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That has to have been Mustafar.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't think they showed a
right, which is weird that's the one planet they didn't show the title card for. Definitely going to be definitely going to be rewatching for that. But we saw him in a bacta-tank out of his armor.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Hayden Christensen. You didn't get a good enough look, but that was fucking cool.
He looked awful bulky for Hayden.
Yeah, well, you know, he's muscled up, I guess. I don't know, but
how do you muscle up?
I don't know. I don't know. God damn it. The shot though, when he comes out in the door, he's in his armor, and the Imperial and the Vader theme starts playing, and you see the shadow of Vader grow over Krennic. I was like, just like inching back. Vader is fucking scary in this movie, and that scene was intimidating as fuck, dude. And he fucking force chokes Krennic because he's like, don't choke on your ambitions. Which I was like, oh fuck, that's cool. That was so fucking cool. Oh my god. And that's the thing, man. Like I was a little bothered towards the end of the movie when we get in the big battle at Scarif, because I started thinking, and I shouldn't have. I started thinking, oh wait a minute, is that all the Vader we're gonna get? That one scene? Because this battle's almost over. Where's Vader kicking ass and tearing through rebels? We fucking got that scene. Holy shit, dude. They transmit the plans. The rebel fleet is escaping to hyperspace. Vader's Star Destroyer shows up. Oh fuck. And you see the rebels take the fucking, like, the helmets from the Tantive 4. They're running the copy, the thing that Leia had. They're running it down the halls and trying to get it through the door that's stuck. And then everything stops and it's darkness. And the saber ignites. The saber, and so fucking cool. And he's using the red glow, and he just starts tearing through motherfuckers with the saber, and like blaster bolt deflections and fucking force choke and pinning people to the ceiling and fucking throwing their weapons away and just stabbing through the doors and just like going down the hall. So fucking badass, dude. And it's so cool because, like, he just keeps coming, and he comes through the door and finally, like, a door closes and the camera pans away, and you just know he's still fucking kicking ass back there. And you see the Tantive 4 get unlocked from the ship and fall out, and the rebel runs into and the door opens, and you see Leia from behind in her New Hope gear. And she turns around and they did the face thing, and it's Leia from A New Hope. And they're like, it's Hope. And she's like, it's Hope. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but it's awesome cheesy. It's Star Wars cheesy. It's perfect. And it's fucking Leia. And then you see the Tantive 4 take off, and you see Vader, like, just walking, like, off the docking bay, looking at it, taking off, and his cape's just fucking flowing in the wind, and his saber's ignited, and it's just like, you know, it's like 5 minutes later, A New Hope starts. Watching these two movies back to back is going to be an incredible fucking experience, and I really can't wait to get home and see. So I'm telling you guys, that last 5 minutes just fucking blew my mind. Blew my fucking mind. Okay, you should, if you got anything, now's the time, because fuck.
It was nice seeing Vader fight and mowing down his enemies, like, you know, week before the scythe, but kind of would have actually liked to have seen him fight somebody who could actually fight back, but, you know.
No, we'll get that in other Star Wars stories, I'm sure.
But
I mean, the point being here at this point, he's pretty much purged all the Jedi.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll get a Vader down style movie one of these days. After the response to this, they're gonna be like, yeah, everybody fucking loved Vader. They loved seeing him mow people down. We'll make a Vader movie.
Yeah, I think you covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, I love that you came with me. I'm so glad I got to share the experience with you. Even though, you know, it didn't work for you nearly as much as, but we knew that wouldn't happen. I mean, you know, we're talking about me and Star Wars. And
so many comments on that. In all honesty, Force Awakens was much more my kind of movie.
Yeah, I get that. It has more of the magic and the mysticism and you know, just, I don't know. It wasn't as gritty and dark and warry. Because this was the war movie, and this was fucking awesome.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, I enjoyed it on the visual level because I mean, it is spectacular.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film.
Costuming, creature design, you know, vehicles, everything. And I mean, it's Star Wars music. So.
Yeah. Well, no, they had all new themes. They didn't use too much of the Star Wars themes.
I know, but,
so.
but still, you can still see the bloodline.
Yeah, I got you. The connective tissue. Yeah.
But he's much more the music person than I am.
Yeah. I
Unless
hope the
it's
score's
actual
available
songs.
now. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Totally. But yeah, man. Fucking A. I'm so. Look, I mean, the live stream's gonna be fun tomorrow or tonight, whenever you people are watching this. But I'm excited to come back and see this thing Saturday and Sunday, and probably a couple more times later. I may see it as much as Force Awakens. I might get in 5 times. Okay, just for now, you know how this thing works. Like your idea changes as you can process and everything. So I'm going to give you where it is in my ranking list right after seeing it. So it may change with more viewings. It may go up, may go down. Right. Favorite still Empire. Then A New Hope. Then Force Awakens, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, Sith, Clones, then Phantom Menace. I think that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. Brain is scrambled.
Don't even ask me to rank them.
Yeah, no, you don't want to hear that. Ewoks Caravan of Courage. No.
Star Wars Holiday Special. Yeah, no.
Then you know what? Every Star Wars is now a holiday special. At least these new ones. But yeah, no. Okay, so here's the deal. Also, I will probably give another review. Like maybe Sunday night or Monday, I'll shoot another one after seeing it a few more times and having more time to really think through it and catch more references and get my brain together about it. But you know, I wanted to get these reviews out like we normally do. But I need to wrap it up, and I need to get her home because it's fucking late.
So I can get 4 hours of sleep.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe.
I'm so sorry. Thank God you only got one day, and then you got the weekend. But still, I know. So sorry.
Yeah, let's see if I can get somebody else. Oh shit, I'm gonna be having to drive the van tomorrow.
Oh fuck. May the force be with you.
Yeah, I can drive in my sleep. I've done it before.
Anyways, so guys, this is the spoiler video. We can totally talk spoilers down here. So, favorite part for me, hands fucking down, Vader tearing ass. Biggest surprise for me, probably 3PO and R2. Biggest hope that came true is Leia and the Tantive 4. So let me hear your stuff. Let me hear your current rankings, all that kind of stuff. Any little things I may have missed, let's hear it, guys. Let's geek out in the comments, because it's geek out time. And you'll get more Star Wars stuff. And of course, we'll get to do all this again for episode 8, you know, starting up in a few months when we get the new trailers. So it's going to be a blast. But comment. Click that thumbs up button. Give us a thumbs of encouragement. And we're going to get out of here. May the force be with you. Always.